Okay, what's up, everyone? We're back with a podcast for the first time in a long time. So here we are. We got us three today. We'll see what we can get through in the next 35, 40 minutes because I'm cheap and I'm back on the free version of Zoom. So what's up, y'all? How we doing?
Oh, there's Adrian. I was like, where the heck's Adrian?
I'm looking. I'm trying.
There's
I
the
don't know.
number one. There's the number one right hand in Oklahoma, right there.
With the number one Wi-Fi in Oklahoma to go with it.
Uh, he's driving back from Washington right now or something. I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, right now I just delivered the freight in Seattle, Washington. So internet is I'm coming back home.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Adrian. I didn't hear a word you said, bud.
Can we get some subtitles?
Yeah.
No, I'm coming back from Seattle, Washington. So internet's probably gonna be crappy for a bit.
Yeah, you could say so.
All right, so we're gonna mute Adrian for the rest of the pod. All right, so let's what's on our topic list for the day? I know, Adrian, you threw out some stuff in the chat. Um, what do you want to talk about first?
And then changing. But
All right, cool. Good talk. I got about two of those 20 syllables.
I think we should
Um,
just talk about all the beef with the matches, probably. 'Cause they're in 2 days.
okay,
yep.
Oh,
let me log in, see if I can find Curtis. We don't want to see that.
drop my phone.
Get us out of your crotch, dude.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up the matches real quick. Um, I don't know why I didn't already do this.
Well, there's
Uh,
some that are there's some like unscheduled. Like I'd say the biggest one, Lane Tippy versus Mark Salfa.
are they actually pulling?
I don't know. They're doing something. They're either fighting or they're pulling.
Okay. Can you guys hear me better with the video off?
You hear what he
Yeah,
said?
Adrian, we're gonna need you to slap the antenna on your internet
Throw
source,
some
bud.
foil on there.
Yeah, throw some foil on it.
Okay, so I've got the page pulled up here. Let me find their posts. Um, Mark is pulling. He was supposed to pull.
Josh Krausen.
Yeah, what happened with that? Do you know why it got canceled?
Um, my guess is that Josh sprained his pinky or something, and it's just not public yet. I really don't know what happened. I'm just making something up, to be honest. One second. But I mean, that's the last I heard is that it's just canceled and he's pulling someone else now.
He's pulling this guy's named Dev, and I'm trying to find the post so I can get this guy's full name. This is riveting content for everyone. I think it's a guy that a little bit newer guy. He pulls at Al's place, I believe. I could be totally wrong on that.
Someone told me he's really fast. Nathan, I think.
No, Nathan commented like after the other one got canceled.
Who's
That Nathan
who,
Williams guy.
who's Mark pulling?
It's some guy named Devin. I see the poster, but Brandon didn't put the like full name on.
Oh, yeah, I screwed that up. John is pulling Nathan.
Yeah. John's the newer guy, right? That
Yeah,
trained with me.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, do you know much about John, where he's at, if he's anywhere close to Nathan?
I've heard Nathan's fast. and pretty good, but he is lighter, I think, than John. John's, I think, normally like 220. I don't think
Nathan,
Nathan's 220.
no, he's a 198 guy. He's got a mean
Yeah.
press from what I remember.
Yeah, and he's fast. And John is just like, I mean, I pulled him and I just have a lot of hand control, but he pulled Tim lefty and he had really good sticking points against Tim. I was surprised. Like
Really?
it was a ugly match. Like Adrian was there. It was well, he can't talk because of his fishbowl internet, but
Lack of
he
internet. Sounds like he's talking in a soup can right now.
yeah. But Adrian watched it and it was a grinder. Like for pulling Tim and Tim normally being the guy that pulls people for a really long match,
Yeah,
John somehow wore Tim out a little bit and he beat him.
really.
Yeah, but that was a lefty match. The one he's pulling is righty with Nathan, and his right is a little, I don't know. I think he told me his left's better, but I think his right's a little better, to be honest.
Nathan, you said?
John. I've never
John.
pulled Nathan. I've seen videos, or not videos, I've seen matches of him pulling, but I've never pulled him.
Who did Nathan pull? Oh, it was Adrian, wasn't it? He pulled back in August. Adrian went
Maybe.
through pretty easy.
Something like that. I gotta mute
Um,
myself for just a second.
let's pull up the other matches here. Okay,
Is
well,
that any better? Hello?
huh?
Is that any better?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Oh, fuck it. Finally, I can be heard.
Just do not move a muscle. Okay, so, well, okay, yeah, you're back. Let me go back to the page here. Are there, who is Blake pulling? Seacrest, do you know?
I have no clue who Blake Seacrest pulling, but I just have one question on the previous one. Is it Nathan Williams that's pulling?
Yeah, it's that Nathan. He's pulling John.
Yeah. If Nathan Williams is pulling John, I pulled John recently. Not this last Sunday, maybe less than a month ago. If they go press for press, I think it could be a war. I give it to John for what it seems like. He's really strong inside. He was giving Chris some trouble. But I don't know if it's just because of me, but I just noticed that his hand isn't like his wrist specifically. I mean, if Nathan developed a crazy top roll, he could probably win that match. But I give it to John a little bit over Nathan just because of the weight differences.
I mean, it seems like Nathan's kind of a true 198, walks around like relatively close to that weight, and John seems a little bit bigger. Do you know how much John weighs?
He's like 220,
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah,
230.
230. Yep. That's just a bigger guy.
Yeah, I mean that one's it to me. It seems like it's kind of an unknown, just because I mean we haven't seen a bunch of John out there. But okay, let's get to this one. Blake, he's pulling Cole Saylor. It's right arm. I know Curtis, you've talked about Cole's left hand. Do either of you know much about Cole's right arm?
He stopped Andrew Keller in a top roll. Palm
When
up.
when did they pull?
What was that, February, Adrian?
Was that
Yeah, recent. Right
Yeah,
hand. He
that
got palm
was
up. And Andrew Keller put him palm up in a really bad spot, and Cole stopped it and held it there for like a few seconds.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. And then Cole Saylor, Andrew Keller's no joke, long arm and everything, but I don't think he's been pulling that long, if I remember correctly. So I'm gonna have to give that to Blake. I mean, if that's the case, Blake is insane. I mean, he destroyed Eric Biggs at that time, and then Adrian Morrison he gave him, he pinned Adrian Morrison. So I mean, Cole has to be some freak, to
I mean, I think if he does anything at all, like gives Blake any trouble at all, I mean, that puts him into consideration, at least getting on the list. I think in those somewhere in the 8 to 10 range. But obviously, if he like
Yeah.
really gives Blake problems or he wins, then I think he jumps right into the top 5 mix.
For sure.
So no, that'll be interesting. That's a good match. Do you guys know where he's at, like where he trains out of or anything?
Someone told me, because I don't think Adrian even remembers this, but someone told me that he pulled for years and then he quit for like the last 4.
I mean, his name sounds really familiar. So I'm sure way back then I'd probably seen him at a tournament somewhere around.
Yeah. Which makes sense
around
because he just like showed up and pulled somebody that was pretty good left and won 3-0. And then Dakota Bean had another tournament that he promised to go to or something, and he went to that one instead of pulling Andrew Keller. So they asked like people that showed up that I guess they knew could possibly have a good match with Andrew if they wanted to pull him, and Cole said yes. So that's why Cole even pulled Andrew Wright. And then I was like, who is this guy? Because I pulled him
Right.
for a second and I was like, yeah, he's pretty strong, like really strong for his weight. And then someone said that he pulled for years and then he like got out of it. I don't know if it was family work. I don't know why, but I guess he's back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean
But
that
yeah,
198 class just keeps getting thicker and thicker, it seems like.
yeah.
I wish the 242s would start catching up. Seems
Well,
like those
Yeah.
go ahead.
Matt Doyle made a comment
No,
in the group chat about a possible 199 to 230 and then a 231 to be determined. And I think it might happen. I don't know
Like what do you
when,
mean?
but like two classes where it's split by 30 pounds instead of 43 pounds.
Like in a certain promotion or like what do you mean?
Um, they said they don't know if they're going to do it yet, so I'm not going to say the promotion, but I think it's going to happen possibly in Oklahoma, maybe this year, maybe next year. But yeah, I have a feeling maybe it could happen if there's enough people, because there's a lot of
Like
people that I think are around the 260 range that could make like a 231 to like 260 or 265 or something.
okay, so do you mean like who is this just the Tulsa guys trying to like come up with different weight
No,
classes or
it wasn't Tulsa. And they said they don't know if they're going to do it yet, but they're discussing it. So yeah, it
what do
was
you
someone that does events. They said
oh
that they
it's
acted like, yeah,
I mean
yeah,
the reason we have the classes we have is just because the tournaments in our state, like those are the traditional classes that are there. Um, the way we do our rankings is, I mean, it's just based on that. It's just because that's what we see people compete at. Like I've in
yeah,
my own brain, like tossed around different ideas for weight classes. I mean, but those are pretty much the kind of standard East versus West, IFA. Those are just kind of the
yeah.
standard.
I think it's going to be kind of be in the middle. Like if it happens, it's going to obviously screw up our whole 242 list. But
I mean, yeah, it's just easier to keep our rankings based on like the classes that we see people compete in,
yeah,
not just for one
yeah,
particular tournament that changes classes.
yeah,
But I mean, if it would, I just wish there was a more standardized like list of classes, but every promotion kind of does. There's a tiny bit different.
yeah.
Um,
Oh my gosh, Jesus Christ.
little bright.
Yeah, my windshield's dirty too.
Okay, so we got those 2 matches. Let me see what other matches. Looks like Neil Hood has a match with Andrew Keller, left arm though. So I mean, it doesn't really affect our rankings any. How do y'all see that
yeah.
one going?
3-0 Neil.
I'm gonna have to give it to Neil just because I haven't pulled Andrew in a long time. So I'm gonna give it to Neil because I know that man is looking monstrous. Jeez.
Neil, what do we have? We have Neil. He is. We have him at 4th in the 242 right hand right now.
Who's above him?
Stefan still won. Dale, and JJ.
Um,
Granted, those haven't been changed since back in the fall sometimes, so
yeah, I know JJ's wanting to make a slight comeback. We have to see how he does. I think he's going to be there this tournament, so we'll see how he does there.
That
okay.
sucks. I can't make it because I've been cool to pull it, but
Yeah. Let's see. I see another match. Again, it's a left-hand match, Eric Biggs and Cole Saylor. So I guess Cole's got two matches. How do y'all see that one going?
it's hard to say. I've never pulled anyone super serious lefty.
So what size is jumping from topic to topic? What class is Andrew Keller? Is he a 242?
242.
So I mean, I'm going through the different posters here on Brothers in Arms. They have Andrew and Matt Doyle pulling a match right hand.
Why is my screen upside down?
That's usually how our pods go. Something goes wrong with
Gosh dang
Curtis's
it.
camera.
I hate y'all right now. 1 second. There it goes. All right.
Technology is hard, man.
Hey, I'm a good mechanic. Me, no computer. Okay?
Fair enough. So Matt, is he going up in weight, or is he just kind of giving up some weight for this match?
I didn't even hear the match. I was having technical difficulties, so I didn't even hear it.
Matt Doyle and Andrew Keller right hand.
Ooh, I don't know. I think Matt Doyle's in the mid 220 range right now.
Oh, is he a little bit thicker then?
Yeah, I think so. When he pulled me left, I think I asked him, and I think he told me he was almost 220 or right over 220 when
And
I
it
pulled him.
seems like 220 would be a good class, like to kind of split things up. Do like a 220 and then like a 253
Yeah,
or
that's what I
something
was
like that.
saying. Like, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. There's going to be new classes maybe this year where it's going to be like 199 to 230 and then like a 230 to 260. But anyway, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
I
220
mean,
exactly right now. Exactly. And I'm eating ice cream.
yeah, same. I'm also 220.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. I'm closer to 220 than I'd like to be, though. I'll say that.
I haven't
I'm
been too
uh,
tournament.
how tall are you, Levi?
How tall? 5'8".
Hmm. Wow.
You got to add in 5'8" and a half, a couple quarters. But
I'm very dense.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what
That's how I word it too.
that's what I've been told anyways, yeah. Okay. I I wish there was just like a list of matches. I haven't seen just a list of matches. An updated
Yeah.
list. There's an old one, but it's I think uh since changed. Um
Brandon plays too much, so I don't even know if there's like a real list.
I mean, for the ones that he does in August every year, there's a solid list of just the list of the matches. But
Yeah.
anywho, we'll see how that plays out this weekend. Maybe we can make some updates to the rankings. On that note, I am going to bring up the rankings because I've posted the rankings for people, but I haven't really explained them yet. So I'm going to bring one of those graphics up just to kind of explain the different changes that we've made.
You keep messing
So
me up because we did this a week ago and we lost it. So you keep saying that and you keep messing with me so
okay,
much.
Curtis, you weren't supposed to say that. That was supposed to be some inside baseball there. You weren't supposed to.
Corrupted file. It's not your problem. It's not your fault. It's okay.
Um, while I get this pulled up, Adrian, either you or Curtis, just talk about like your plans for the more closer future, the next few months. What are y'all's plans as far as competing and whatnot?
go first, Curtis.
Well, mine's easy. beat everybody.
Dude, simple thing. Same here.
Hey, I ain't saying much because I literally am going to be working this weekend, so I can't go to the tournament. I'm kind of, it's whatever. But I'm getting strong, and they don't want it. Okay, that's it. It's as simple as that.
I'll tell you too, even though I'm starting to head home, I still got to wait a little bit for tomorrow. So I'll probably be like Idaho today. Like, if anything. So I can't make it to this one, but my main goal is to, well, the May 10th in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and then try to take first place there. I think it's going to be pretty stacked. Hopefully I can pull like Troy Brown and all.
Are you going to pull Troy Brown?
That's what I'm hoping to see. Like, hopefully he shows up. Some strong Arkansas pullers. I hope to pull all of them. Beat all of them. Right hand.
The reason I ask that is because Troy is like 220.
Goddamn strong. I thought he was a super.
No. I've talked to him a zillion times. Troy Brown's like 220. I think he pulls like, I don't know if he's ever wanted to do 198, because he's really good. So why do it, when he could do like the high level, like 231 and down or whatever. What is it called? 105? But I'm pretty sure he's like I think he's like 220, bro. I think he's got up heavy before, but I think he pulls supers just because he's so good.
Maybe where I was mistaken, because I heard a while back when Massatori and him pulled in Norman that he was like entering. Now I thought he was a super.
No,
not then either or. I mean, I still want to pull.
I don't think he is. I think he's like 220, 230 most of the time, just chilling, like daily work life. I think he's about that weight, like the same weight as me, but.
Gotcha. Oh. I guess that was simple. But now that's the goal though, is to go up there, try to take first in Hot Springs, Arkansas, May 10th. That's the goal.
Richard's super Cogburn, however you say his name.
That won the Super 60. Yep.
Yeah, but that being said, I think Troy has beat him once or twice. Like they go back and forth. I think so. Richard's a super. I don't think Troy is. I think Troy is under 242 like all the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Either or. And go be up there, win the cash, then go home and cry after the pain is done.
I tell you what you need to do is you need to start working through these 3 guys ahead of you on the list and just claim that spot finally.
Yeah.
I live in freaking Oklahoma. I don't plan on moving. I plan on, you know what? I'll do it right now. I'll beat anybody. If you want to challenge me any time, I'll take on anybody on that damn list.
Set it up at Kenny's. Kenny
All right,
can
I'll
be the
take
rep.
you on. I'm almost a super. I'll take you on.
You know what? I'll train right beforehand and I'll pull them and I'll win.
Hey, I got one question. Can I use the bicep sling and I'll take that challenge?
No.
No, you got a raw dog at Curtis.
Whoa.
Pulling out the sling and that's got.
Yeah, I can beat him in that sling.
So you can't beat him?
No, it's a handicap. It's still, it doesn't help me any. It makes me look retarded, but I can beat him with that sling on because my hand's strong enough, but my arm ain't.
Well, let's just discuss the elephant in the room. Let me start screen sharing here. Okay. Here we go.
I'll eventually go through everything. Right now, I'm focusing on out-of-state tournaments, and then I'll go to whatever's in Oklahoma.
I do want to see. JP seems like he got really good.
What?
I think
I watched him pull, and he stopped. I think he got like a stop or two on. Granted, it was like after all the other tournament stuff. They went to right hand, at that Tulsa deal, and I think JP got like a stop or so on oh, I'm forgetting his name right now. He pulled Bryce left hand as a super match at the Tulsa event last fall.
Did he?
Yeah, super good guy.
No, JP is he's a good dude.
Wallace Dilly.
Oh yeah.
Whenever he was getting real wore out, they made him pull right hand in the tournament, I think, after he pulled Bryce super match and left hand tournament. Robert made him pull all of it, like round robin almost. And granted, Wallace still won, but he got like slowed him down, and I was like, wow. That's Dude's got a huge arm. JP does. Massive arm.
Yeah,
see
he's been around
I'll-
forever too.
Yeah. Maybe I got it mixed up with someone else, but I'm pretty sure I remember him doing really well in the tournament. Right hand. So I want to see Adrian pull JP.
JP. I have video of me pulling JP maybe about a year and a half ago. He
I
did.
know, but you got to do it again, Adrian.
Oh yeah. And I won that match back. I want
Yeah.
that win to get vengeance for that.
Oh, he
So
beat you. He beat you a year and a half ago?
Yeah, I took one round from him. We came back. I made some questionable calls to go after him, and then he beat me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you now. I thought you said you beat him, but he beat you a year and a half ago.
Yeah, that's whenever I was still Kings moving. Basically, it was my go-to move. But I want to run that match back right hand for sure.
Well, I think it's one we need to see.
Yeah.
I know Bryce doesn't want to be on the list, right?
Really? I mean, he deserves to be on there.
No, yeah, he's really good right hand. He's a liar when he says his right ain't good, but he's openly said, like, no, I don't want to pull right. And Robert always makes him pull right.
And see, it would make sense if he didn't beat Jeremy Graff at the tournament. How to be
Yeah,
like, yeah,
exactly.
When did they pull?
Huh?
Where did they pull at?
At that
Tulsa.
Tulsa thing, he
Oh,
beat.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, Bryce and JP both beat Jeremy at least once. They were going in like a circle, beating each other.
Yeah. Have
But
you
JP
pulled
ended up.
Jeremy at all, Adrian?
Huh?
Have you pulled Jeremy at all?
a long time ago, like in the beginning of my arm wrestling, and I just don't see him. I don't ever
Right.
see him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I never pull him again. Bryce, I pulled many times on the right and left. No on the left. As of now.
No, Bryce is national level left whenever he's trained up.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous. It's wild.
Okay, so
But
I have the list pulled up. Let me go ahead and explain a little bit of this. So most of you out there will be used to seeing Matt Sartori number one in the supers right hand. So from the way I understand it, Matt, he hadn't pulled in quite a while, and he's kind of just taking a break off just for personal stuff, family stuff, just too busy to really kind of stay trained up. So with the new graphics, where we have them set up, we have 3 designations. We have an injured, self-removed, and an active. We just put Matt. We didn't take him completely like off the graphic, just in case he ever does come back. We just put him down here in the field with an inactive designation. Then we basically just slotted everyone up. So that's why you do not see Matt there. But I mean, he's been kind of running things for the last really decade in the state. But there's just a little explanation for that there. Self-removed, that designation is someone who's going through whatever, and they just personally say, hey, take me off the list. I'm not going to be pulling for a little while. I'm not done, but just take me off for now. So that's what that means. And then if it becomes a year or whatever, and we haven't heard from somebody, haven't seen them compete, that's when we'll kind of change them to an active. Injured Just means, yeah, they're hurt. They're not going to be competing for a while. We have one of those designations for the 198s right here. You'll see Kenny, he was on the list. I don't know if Kenny's healed up. Have y'all heard anything about Kenny as he started pulling yet?
No, not yet. Not on the
Okay.
right.
So yeah, Kenny was hurt. So we took him off just because he's hurt, hadn't competed in a while. But we know he'll kind of bounce right back in there whenever he starts pulling again. Self-removed or an example of that. Here in the 176s, we have Corey Johnson. He was number 2 right behind Jeff. He started kind of getting national level there. He told me to take him off the list. He says he's done. He says he's retired. I personally don't believe Corey. I think he'll come back at some point. But
Hey, I got something about that.
about Corey,
Yeah, he was pulling at a thing the other day.
I knew he wouldn't stay away.
He
That
was.
dirty little liar.
I hope he watches this video because I seen it. He was at it was Jeff Hale, Mark Safa posted a video, and Mark
Corey
doesn't
was there.
pull. Yeah, Corey was there in the background, and he turned and was like saw the video. I think he was probably gonna be like, "Hide."
So for
I
now,
swear it was. If it
that's
wasn't
just
him, then I'm crazy, but I swore it was him.
that's just what I was personally told by Corey. I don't know reasoning for it. But per his wishes, I took him off for now, self-removed. I didn't put him as an active because I knew Corey would come back at some point. I hope he does. I love Corey. He's
I'm
a
gonna
good
go.
dude.
I'm
So
gonna
I
go
hope
find
he
it, and I'm gonna send it to you so you can mess with him because you're friends with him.
No, I love Corey. I hope he makes a comeback. So I don't believe he's done, just like people don't believe John Brzing's totally done, like everyone was kind of hyping it out to be. Um, but yeah, that's what self-removed is. It just means someone has asked me or whatever to be taken off the list. So yeah, those are just kind of the new updates to the list. We kind of broke it out per class. Each class has their own graphic. It'll be easier for me to update that way, instead of all 4 on the same graphic. That way, if we have a big change in one class, I just have to throw out the one new graphic. You got number 1, they kind of got their own little line there. Everyone else fills out the top 10. Everybody else not in the top 10 just goes down here in the field. And every time I make an update to a list, I will try to put down here where it says updated. I will put whatever date I updated it. That way, someone or whoever looks at it will know like how recently it was updated. And again, these are our unofficial state rankings. These aren't some sanctioned rankings. These are just our kind of opinions for the most part, but we try to make them as accurate as possible. And try to make them as complete as possible as far as like throwing every name on there that we can. And if you aren't on here and you want to be on here, let me know and I will throw you on here. So yeah, those are kind of the updates to the graphics. We got about 5 minutes left. Is there any other pressing topics y'all want to cover?
Go back to 242.
Okay, here we go. You
The
want me to
heck?
run? You want me to run through the top 10 real quick?
No, I thought it might have been 198 that I saw, and I just wasn't paying attention.
What caught your attention?
I don't know. Yeah, it was that. I saw Nathan Williams, and
Yeah,
I thought he was
he's
on 242, and I was like, "What?" And I look
no,
up, and it said 242, but I guess you clicked it at the exact same time.
yeah, no, it's kind of laggy. I mean, that's another update we can talk about real quick. Adrian, he took that number 1 spot for 198 in the state, over Blake back in. When did they pull? Was that back in the fall?
No,
It
it was
was,
February. It was like a month ago or so, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Man, I've been so out of the loop since.
When I pulled Matt Doyle and he spanked me.
Uh, okay, okay.
What? You ain't gotta make it weird.
You're the one who said it, not us, man.
Yeah, I didn't mean it like that.
This is a
I mean,
judgment-free zone.
yeah, Baldy on Baldy crime. He's the number 1 Baldy now.
But yeah, 198, that's our biggest class in the state. We got 22 names on here for the 198s. We need the rest of these to fill out I mean, traditionally the heavier classes, the 242 and the supers, those are kind of our lighter classes as far as total number, and 176. But yeah, anything else pressing that we need to talk about? Because it's been a while since we've been on here.
There hasn't been any matches. I mean, Dakota, hopefully Dakota heals up. He's had a wrist issue that's been killing him for a while, and he kept pulling through it, and it's finally got to a point where it's really bothering him, I think is what he was saying. So hopefully he heals up, because it sucked to see him get taken off for an injury when he's took off so fast. But
Right, right. Shooting stars flame out. It's they burn bright real quick, and then they kind of
yeah,
fade. Like, I mean, you just got to play those injuries safe, man. I can speak from personal experience about uh wrist injuries because I've been dealing with one for the last couple years. It's finally getting to a point where it's not bugging me all the time, but
mine's slowly getting better, but it still bothers me, especially if I bench.
yeah, no, wrist is tough, man. It's me getting
That's
through
what
the strongman comp this last weekend, like with the log press, like some fairly intensive wrist stuff, getting through it without really any setbacks. I mean, I think that kind of tells me I'm finally getting to a spot where I'm good to go. I'm just gonna have to lose about 20 pounds first.
yeah, I lost, and I got up to like almost 240 back in December, right around after my knee surgery. And I was 216, 217, like a week and a half ago.
What'd you have done to your knee?
I had another knee surgery.
What was it? Meniscus? Was it a
Well, it was a
ligament?
repair. No, it was a repair this time. They didn't do like a just a chop and pull something out. They had to repair something, so I couldn't do nothing for
What
two
like what
weeks.
was it in the knee though?
They said it was meniscus, but then he showed me later on, and it was in the very back. It wasn't like a typical meniscus where you clip a corner and it like messes it up a little bit. It wasn't that. It was completely different. So,
Well, good thing
because
you
I
don't
was
have
like,
knees for arm wrestling, right?
yeah, good thing my legs are super tiny and wide.
Yeah, chicken legs. I can't relate.
What sucks too is my legs are still strong. Like I can still squat a lot. I can still deadlift a lot. They're tiny. It's the worst.
I'd rather have skinny legs and be strong than big legs and be weak.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're just babbling right now, and we're getting to the end of my cheap ass timer for the free Zoom. So we'll wrap that one up here. Hopefully, these become semi-regular again. Um, I'm not guaranteeing anything because we did a pod last week, and look what happened to that. It didn't work. So, anyways, well,
Save as.
yeah, no. Okay, so yeah, we'll try to get back on here next week if there's anything super interesting that happens with the Brothers in Arms tournament. But yeah, here we go. Try to get back regular. Thank you guys.